Chris, what can I say? Absolutely thrilled to have you here, my friend. I really am, and the audience are in for a real treat with you, Chris. The audience may not know, but Chris has a PhD in the University of Life. I believe it started nearly 60 years ago, Chris, in a little pub in Wolverhampton, to today running a very, very successful regional house building company in Wolverhampton. So, Chris, I'm going to hand over to Kim Sumners.
Chris, I'd like to know, what is the most important factor when you're choosing a supplier? And can you define a good supplier for me, please?
Okay. Price is very important. Quality of materials, very important. Delivery on time is probably just as important to me. So if we can cover those three factors, quality, price and availability, I think is high up there for me, I would say.
I'm going to now move to Helen Roberts.
Hi Chris, I'd like to ask my question, and that is, what advice would you give your younger self looking to move into the developer space?
Don't do it. It is a great question, to be honest, and my journey has been quite unusual, shall we say, and I wouldn't change a single thing. I've loved every second of it. I've met some unbelievable, lovely people. So to advise me to do something different than what I've already done is probably something I wouldn't do. But I know that's not answered your question, but I wouldn't change a thing, is my answer. Okay.
And Joanne Englis.
I'd just like to understand what impact on your business the unpredictability of cost prices and material cost prices is having at the moment.
I would imagine that it's hurting an awful lot of people. As of today, I'm okay because I'm stuck in planning, waiting for 3 approvals for my developments next year. So I'm actually not caught in it at the moment. We've peaked, in my view, in terms of sales values. I don't think we can absorb any more of these costs in raising our prices because it just won't work. So there are going to be people out there that are midway through developments that their costs now are 20-30% more than when they perhaps first started. In particular for concrete, mortars, all sorts of cement-based materials and anything that's fuel-driven to make. Fortunately for me, I'm not there at the moment, so hopefully I'll be pricing in these increases for new developments.
I'd like to open the floor for any questions to anyone in the audience that's got a question. Surely there must be someone there. Nick, over to you, Nick.
If you had a magic wand and you could change one thing about what your processes are within house building, what would you do?
The planning system and the land acquisition utilities and things like that, I'd like to try and sharpen that up if I could. They're the most problematic things for me today. Fortunately, we've been at it a while, so I have a good relationship with banks, finance houses and what have you, so our track record, we're okay with that. But those two issues are an age-old problem for the industry. Any house builder would probably say the same.
Anyone else from the audience? Lee Jackson.
Chris, you mentioned you're looking at 4 properties and you said they're going to take you out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
What part of those properties are sort of making you perhaps less uncomfortable but also igniting that fire in your belly?
Only so much that my normal business model is a 2, 3 and 4 bedroom home, which appeals to probably all of the market. When you start asking £1 million for a house in the region that I build, you're narrowing your market down completely to probably 3-4% of people that can buy them. So there's that, and that's the reason why I've not done it before. Not that there's anything wrong with the houses that I build, the 2, 3 and 4 bedroom ones. We do them quite nicely, but they're affordable, aren't they, if you know what I mean. So
I think we've got time probably for one more question. I know Henry, I think.
Chris, just really interested in you took a journey from out of bricklaying into land acquisition, and then through the troubles of the GFC you built out that land but have continued in the build phase rather than going back, and just your thinking around why you haven't, I suppose, gone back to pure land focus and continued into the house building arena?
Yeah, good question. I thoroughly enjoy every single minute of being a developer. I get more job satisfaction from building houses than I ever have from anything else previously. So it's enjoyment more than anything else. The money's a little bit better, Henry, you know, but that's not the overriding factor. It's just enjoying what I do, really.
Thank you. What a different but a very special, chat with yourself, Chris. And I'm sure the audience would agree with me and would like to show their appreciation for your time today. Please, thank you. Thank you, mate.